Hi all, today I am going to be teaching you how to create your own nature dyed t-shirt for the holiday, and we have this beautiful gray color with these cool little bubbles. And this all is made from plants, so super fun. We're going to learn kind of how to upcycle our evergreens that we get. We have some eucalyptus that went into making this shirt. So we'll use some all-natural plants, and we'll also learn about this kind of Japanese-inspired tie-dye method, which is called Kumo shibori. Kumo is the kind of binding process that we will use. However, we're just stopping at these little bubbles instead of continuing to make this cool like spiderweb pattern. But shibori means indigo dye. So we're not going to be using the traditional Japanese indigo here. We will be using the eucalyptus. However, it's always a cool thing to learn how other cultures kind of use wildcraft and use plants in their own textile art. So let's get started learning what we will need to create these shirts. To do this style of tie-dye, all you will need are your shirts. They can be mordanted, pre-mordanted, or you can leave that process for later. But you'll take your shirt, you're gonna take little pebbles, stones, seashells, whatever small objects you have, and rubber bands. And you're gonna take a pebble, you are going to put it into the shirt on the inside at wherever you want one of these kind of little fireworks or circles to be. You'll take a rubber band and just twist it around your t-shirt and around that little pebble. And that rubber band is going to act as a resist. The dye won't be able to get in there and won't be able to color the shirt very well. So then just kind of add those little dots wherever you want to your shirt. Then comes the next part. Once you're happy with how your shirt looks, you will need your dye pot. And this is going to be a pot that you only use for botanical dye. Do not use these for food anymore. So I have this set aside. It's stainless steel, so it won't mordant the shirt any sort of weird way. You will want ferrous sulfate or iron. This is going to be what mordants the eucalyptus to the shirt to bind those pigments to the cotton or the plant fibers of the shirt. You will need your plant matter. Here I have a bunch of dried eucalyptus that was from a flower arrangement that I did. These are the extras from it, so I'm going to use that for the shirt. It makes a really beautiful color. Our shirt. And again, just like the pot, a dye-only stirring spoon. This is not going to ever be used for food again, just because we want to avoid any sort of chemical contamination. We just do want to be safe, and eucalyptus is toxic when ingested. Then we are going to fill our pot with the plant matter and cover the plant matter with water. For one shirt, I don't really need to fill it up that much, and I want the color to be very concentrated. So I'm just going to want to make sure that in this pot that I fill it about halfway with water, ultimately with all the plant in it. And I know that as I steep and I simmer the plants in the water, the level of water will go down as steam evaporates, leaving more condensed color behind. So let's get started. And I add the ferrous sulfate, and I had to chop the tablet in half because one whole tablet in here is going to be way too much. So just drop that half tablet in, and then we're going to stir it up. Make sure it dissolves. It's going to turn that kind of greenish color to a darker
more gray hue, as well as act as a mordant. So now you can see that darker hue. Ooh, that's pretty. Let it sit for a little bit longer. And then I'll pop the shirt in. Ooh, look at that nice gray. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Oh, so cool. I am excited to see how this really turns out. So you want to make sure that everything is covered, or everything that you don't want to be white is covered in liquid, or is at least touching the liquid. If there's parts that you feel as if you're missing, that's what you use your spoon for, to get it all in that liquid to sit. You can keep the plant material in if you want. I tend to get the shirt so that it's all on the bottom, and then I'll cover it in the plant material. But it's up to you. You can compost if you want to. Then I'm just going to let this sit for a couple of hours now. Let all that beautiful color get all up in there.
Now we take the finished shirt. We're gonna rinse it out and get all those little eucalyptus seeds out. So put it under water to flush out any of the extra color, the extra plant matter. You can see here the water, it is pretty clear. I mean, it's a little gunky in terms of the color. It's not pure clear, but this is the role that a mordant plays, is to prevent color from leaching out of the shirt and just fully rinsing out. It also helps that the eucalyptus is a substantive dye as compared to a fugitive. Now we take all of those rubber bands out, and we will be able to see the resist lines. You can already see the gray versus the white. Ta-da! We have our bubble shirt! How cool is that? All made with plants. From the shirt itself being 100% all natural cotton to the color made. So much fun. What will you make? Yay.